So today we are going to make the countertops for the cabinets that we just finished installing and painting. So what Samantha has done, she's done a lot of research. She didn't want to go buy butcher block. She wanted us to buy sheets of birch plywood, which by the way is very pricey. And then she was going to use some staining process to make sure that she got it the kind of way she wanted it. I don't really know. She can talk more about that. But anyways, given the price of the birch plywood, it's like, I think we paid like $90 a sheet. I can get one cut out of it, and I've got to make two countertops. So I'm gonna have to make sure that I get everything to the T and correct the first time, because I only have one shot to make it right. So I'm gonna take you through that whole process of measuring it out, getting it cut, and fingers crossed everything works. So there's my piece of birch plywood. There's a reason it's $90. I mean, look how pretty it is. It is nice and smooth. I created a couple of nicks right here. That's fine because I'm not using this piece here or the piece down on the end. So let me get this measured out and taped off and get it ready. Okay, so all I really did was just measure out my measurements, which was 27.5 by 83 inches long. Measured that out, put a piece of tape down just to prevent any type of like splintering that may occur, and then remeasured it out, drew my straight lines. That way I have a guide for my skill saw whenever I start ripping this piece of plywood. So it's a pretty simple process. I'm pretty confident in my measurements. Now I just got to make sure I have a steady hand with the skill saw and get a nice, clean, straight, smooth cut. So now let's see if this fits correctly. Got both countertops in, and I like how they look. I cut them just about as perfect as I could, especially with not being a carpenter and very limited skills in how to do this stuff. I checked it out, everything is level. So now I'm going to get my screws and I'm going to secure it to the actual cabinets, and then I'm going to go back over the holes with the screws and fill it in with some wood putty, let that dry, and then I will go back and I will sand the edges and the top of the countertops. And I'm assuming while I do that, Samantha will be educating you guys on what she's doing with the stain process. So I'm really happy, but I'm not quite done yet.
Came in, cut our countertops down, installed them, and sanded them. And no, we did not use butcher block countertops for this project. We ended up using a 3/4 inch sanded birch plywood. One of the reasons that we did not use butcher block is because I wanted a thinner countertop, and they come in 1.5 inches up in thickness, and I did not want that. It was a little heavy and it wasn't really what I wanted. But also, it's kind of pricey. So if it wasn't exactly what I wanted, I decided, why not try this? So we did see some other people were using this type of wood. So we gave it a shot, and I think I love it. Also, it was like half of the price as a butcher block countertop. So Really excited about that. So I'm going to show you guys kind of what I did after Wade sanded down the countertop. So first thing is I wanted to do something similar to a whitewash with this wood. It has a pink undertone, but the color is really pretty. So I just wanted to make it a little bit lighter and just put a little white on top of that. But I also wanted the wood grain to show through. So instead of whitewashing, we used a stain. So we used a oil-based pre-stained wood conditioner for 2 coats. Once the wood conditioner was dry, then we came in with the wood stain. We ended up using the Minwax wood finish in Simply White 275. Both the conditioner and the wood stain was oil-based, and we ended up using 2 coats of the white stain. We really liked the color that it gave us with that final coat, so we didn't do anything further. We didn't sand it. When we did a test coat outside, we did sand it, but I just wiped it down and cleaned it up a little bit with my rag before it completely dried, and we really liked this color.
Now that we've gotten everything in place and Samantha has stained the countertops to her liking, and mine as well, I think they look very nice, I am going to try to install some of the stuff in the kitchen side, which is going to start with this single bowl sink here. This is an Allen and Roth sink, and it's got some weight to it, so like most of the things we've done in this camper, I've never installed a sink before, so it's got a template, it looks like, and I'm just gonna find the right spot for this to go, lay the template out, mark it off, and then cut the hole and get this thing installed. Guys, there you go. I have successfully installed the sink, the cooktop burner, and the faucet for the sink. Well, I don't have the strainer, so I've got to go get the little strainer basket probably tomorrow, and I will go ahead and finish installing that and then running the plumbing to it so that we are 100% done with that stuff. So now that I'm done cutting those out and getting those installed, Samantha has a little bit more left to do on the countertops, so I'm going to start cleaning up and turn the project over to her so she can finish up what she's doing.
So what we're doing today is applying the first coat of clear coat on the countertops, and what we're using is the Minwax Fast Drying Polyurethane Warm Ultra Flat. So everything's wiped down after Wade has installed the cooktop and the sink. So we made sure that everything was cleaned. Wade actually taped up the sink to make sure it was protected. And yeah, so I'm going to try to apply this really quick. And we do know that it's going to take multiple coats of this and sanding in between. So this is not going to be done today, but we're going to try to get it done by tomorrow. I'm not going to lie, I am a little nervous about this. But the instructions say just use a nice thin coat. Okay, this isn't bad at all. This is actually really easy because you really can't see anything. That's cool. 4 days, the polyurethane ended up being a little bit more of a task. We knew that the polyurethane was going to take a little bit longer than a day, just because in between coats it suggested it to dry for at least 4 hours, do a light sand, and then do the next desired coat for however many coats that you felt like you needed. So we felt like we was going to do about 2 or 3. In between the first 2 coats, we used the electric sander for a light coat of sanding, but we felt like it was just taking it all off. We ended up doing a total of 5 because those first 2 didn't really do anything. Just for future reference, we would use our hand sander for things like this. So that's what we did for the next 3 coats, and we really like it, but we're thinking that it gave it a slight yellow tone. But all in all, we're very happy with the results we have. Yeah, so we have countertops. Wade has been working on the AC behind the scenes, so that will be in the next video. Thank you guys for following along. We will see you in the next one.